a clean city.
I think it's an interesting mash of cultures.
Definitely just the whole atmosphere.
Wildlife, recreation, hunting, fishing, whatever somebody wants, there's a great variety here.
There's a lot of different things too, so like it's really calm.
So it's kind of like this refuge.
The community is real nice.
Definitely, it's more friendly.
I guess the people are relatively more friendly than everywhere else I've been.
You feel safe when you walk around the city.
I really like the history of the architecture, from the temples to just the different buildings.
Yeah, like if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes and it'll change.
And we're right next to the mountains, and that's pretty sweet.
As well as being surrounded by the mountains, I mean.
It's really beautiful.
Salt Lake is more alternative in a way.
Seems like there's a good amount of mixed culture here.
It's really diverse, and like there's a lot of different types of cultures.
It's just full of historical things.
There's a great movement towards the arts.
So it's a lot nicer.
But it's not in your face.
You know, it seems like a city that wants to be on the cutting edge of art.
Simple, but at the same time, it's elegant and unique.
Probably a little more conservative, I would think.
It's more personal.
Like, artists have to do something to get noticed here.
There's a lot of film happening in Provo, a lot of film happening in Salt Lake City.
And richer, more versatile, and diverse.
A lot of, drum circle activity and just a lot of community activity out here, which is pretty cool.
It's a pretty unique, nurturing environment for the arts.
I would think it's probably average with most other places in the nation.
As far as I can tell, we have a pretty strong art culture.
I think the quality of the best artists here is on par with anywhere else I've seen in the country.
You got the Sundance Festival here, which is pretty cool.
Then there's the music scene, which is just so hardcore and cool.
Yeah, got a lot of variety here.
In order to make an independent film, it has to be originally driven by a dream.
And they break the rules because they can.
It gives you your freedom.
I love independent films.
When I see a film I like, yeah, I really, really like it.
I like the quiet little indie ones that there just isn't a lot of buzz about, like Broadway screens.
I prefer them over a lot of stuff that comes out in the movies, for sure.
Well, it wasn't independent films.
It's a different voice.
I get more of the sense that they're not trying to sell me something.
It allows you to be more truthful.
I think they really have to put more into the story.
That's the whole lifeblood of filmmaking in general, is independent filmmakers, you know?
Because it's a form of expression.
Different concepts that you don't see in the mainstream.
The ones that I've seen have been pretty good, yeah.
In general, they're better. You gotta read subtitles a lot of the time.
It's interesting to see what goes on outside of the Hollywood minds.
And they'll work their butts off to make it happen.
Everybody has their own talents. A lot of people don't get that chance to show people, so independent filmmaking kind of gives them that opportunity to do that.
It's hard to make a movie.
There are a lot of really good films out there and a lot of really good filmmakers.
Independent filmmakers make stories about stuff that Hollywood usually won't touch.
I think film is a really good way to convey your emotions and your feelings.
I think the independent films that come out of our independent filmmakers tell us something about ourselves.
It's the stories of our lives.
So it's really about the story.
So the spectrum of film is wide open.
If you don't support independent films, you don't support a person's ambition.
And they're just not getting noticed.
And I think all the arts need to be supported.
Just to keep it alive.
It shows that people can make their own stuff.
You don't have 7 suits telling you what to do, how to make a movie. You can make it your own way.
If you're not supporting independence, what are you supporting?
The film industry has to survive somehow.
There are things that can be expressed about the places that we live and the people that we live with and the countries in which we live and the world in which we live that can't be expressed just by talking.
It allows people to be creative and communicate things that they can't do verbally.
Because it communicates.
People don't express themselves. I mean, we might as well just walk around like zombies, right?
It's expressive of the culture that we live in and the time.
It lets your mind just wander and see what's out there and be creative.
Because it's creative and fun.
The best way to express your emotions is on a canvas or on a sculpture, or even on a building.
Without being able to truly express oneself, then people just go crazy.
And it helps people get their emotions out.
And I think that's what art is, venting.
It reveals the creative process. It shines a light on the good and the bad.
I think art is important because it inspires people.
Art is there always as a catalyst to that inspiration.
If there's no uniqueness, if there's no expression of who you are, then to me, you're the same as this wall.
Just so you're a well-rounded person.
Without art, life would be boring.
If there wasn't art, there'd just be work.
Art tells the story.
And nobody likes work.
That's how I see it.